Hi, this is Tim Hamilton and
John Fernay.
And we're the co-hosts of the Maryland Crabs.
Today we're here with a crab cake for your listening pleasure. What's a crab cake? It's not quite a full episode, it's just a little snippet. So stay tuned and check it out.
And make sure you check us out on themarylandcrabs.com. You can follow us on Twitter at MD Crabs Podcast or find us on Facebook at the Maryland Crabs Podcast. Don't forget, subscribe, rate us, iTunes. Go there now. Go. It's 9 p.m. and we're at John's house, and
we're in the studio.
John has an ice cold Coke in front of him, and I am beerless. But I was going to give him a chance to
all in all, a pretty depressing night.
It's depressing.
This is the first crab cake we've done together.
It is.
I've done a couple separately. I know you're working on a couple.
I'm working on a couple that are coming out before I go on my trip. But yep. I'm working on a couple. So this is. I was leaving the house all of a sudden. John says, let's do this. And I told my wife, I got to go out real quick. She goes, why? I said, I got to meet John. She's like, yeah, John.
Yeah, it's always John. Well, hey, no, this is actually very cool. This is not going to be a very long one, but it's going to be a very important one.
Yep.
And
we're in my drinking time right now, so you were on the clock, my friend.
But the episode that dropped yesterday was Nevin Young.
Yep.
Who was our fourth candidate.
And final.
And, well, we think at this point.
Yeah, okay.
Final candidate that's running for mayor of the city of Annapolis.
Yeah, he's running against Mike Panelides in the Republican side.
Primary.
Yep.
And then you've got Gavin and John in the Democratic side. Campaigns are starting to heat up now, which is very interesting.
You know what's funny? I was on Maryland Ave today, and I didn't realize that they had like some arts festival.
Oh yeah, it's art weeks.
I had no idea because we don't have anyone running the downtown partnership. But
if you had listened to the podcast we did the other week, you would have known that.
But that said, you know what's funny? I was talking to a bunch of the merchants who were kind of all hanging out front, and they're kind of a quiet bunch when you talk about the business people in Annapolis, and they were pretty abuzz about the election coming up. They were all. I don't want to be biased here. They were excited about Gavin because he's a business owner and he's very visible to them, and he's one of theirs. And they, John, they know, of course, because he lives down there. But they're pretty tuned into it. I'm just using that.
Gavin's in a unique position because he's a resident of Ward 1. He's been here a long time.
Colorful character.
And he's a business owner, so he's seen it from, and he's sued the city. He's gotten all of that. Let's get into it. The exciting thing is that we've teased about it, we've talked about it. June 28th, we've got it's the first mayoral forum of the election season.
Yep, and so we had a debate, and John has been a busy boy for the last few days.
Yeah, it's not really going to be a debate. It's going to be a forum, and I go back into the debate because it's an easy word.
I like easy words.
Yeah, I know. But we've got all four candidates that have committed to this. We've got Mayor Mike Panelides, Senator John Astle. We've got Gavin Buckley, as well as Nevin Young, have all committed to June 28th at the Ram's Head on stage. The doors will open up at 6 o'clock. And the Ram's Head will have food there to purchase, as well as they're going to have a special election menu with
bologna
specials.
You see what I did there?
Yeah, that's probably that'd be great. And they're going to have some booze, and they're going to have some food there to be able to buy.
Right.
We're not buying it for you because we're not rolling in the dough yet.
No.
And what we're going to do is we're going to set up all the candidates up on stage, and we're going to ask them the questions that are important to you.
Right, so we have four candidates, and we figure it's going to probably be around an hour and a half, maybe a little bit more. We don't want to drag it on all night. But since we have four candidates, we're going to have a limited number of questions. John has already been busy, winnowing down the questions and the categories. So
yeah, we've asked a couple people from before, out online to give us questions and whatnot. We've gotten some, and we're narrowed down to topics. And we're not going to divulge the questions, certainly.
There will not be a swimsuit contest?
No. And they know the general topics that we're going to hit on, but the specific questions...
Yeah, there's no surprises. I mean, everyone knows what all the issues that are out there we've kind of talked about or anyone's talked about, right. So there's not going to be any curveballs.
No, but it'll be very interesting. What we're going to do is we're going to approach each candidate, and each candidate is going to answer the same question. So it's going to be really platformed and policy-based as opposed to individual. There's not going to be the rebuttal. And that, I think, is appropriate when you get into the general election, when you've got two candidates going between each other.
And we're going to rotate the order so that to keep it fair. And actually, this went from that sort of situation where we're like, oh, geez, we hope people show up to it's been on the Ram's Head website for 3 hours.
Okay, well, the question begs is why the hell is it on the Ram's Head website? And
Good question.
And here's the reason. We need to, quote, unquote, sell tickets. There is no cost to attend this.
It's free. So
it's totally
everyone who's
free.
just reaching for their pause button, it is free.
There's no service charges on
No.
the fees or anything like that. All you need to do is to go to ramsheadonstage.com, scroll down, find it June 28th. You can purchase...
It'll say buy tickets, but it'll say $0 and 0 cents.
General admission, so...
4 is the maximum you can buy at a time.
Right. And scarily, we've sold out about a third of the room in about 3.5 hours since that went up. So go out there, get the tickets if you have an interest in politics in the city election. That's where you're really you're going to get the tickets. This is going to be the first chance to really see all 4 candidates together, and they've never been together in one event so far this year. To speak publicly as on the election.
And if you can't make it, that's okay too, because we're also going to be we're diving into some technical stuff right now. We're excited, but like 3 days before we're going to be having ulcers, because we're going to be streaming live on the All Annapolis Facebook page as well as the Maryland Crabs Facebook page. So we'll be streaming live on those. We want to see if we can get the audio cleaned up, and I'm talking to someone about some technology where we can switch cameras. But I mean, if we can't do that, we're going to at least stream it, and so you'll be able to watch it from the comfort of your own home. And then, of course, we'll record it so that it'll be a Maryland's Crab episode, so you can listen to it.
Republished, and hopefully, if we can do it quickly in time, the June 29th episode for the Maryland Crabs, we may be able to turn it around, but it may be that first Thursday in July that we get, but we're going to try to turn that around fairly quickly. How it's going to run, we're going to come in, we're going to introduce, the candidates are each going to get a moment to introduce themselves, what they're about. We're going to get right into it. We're going to give them a question, give them a few minutes to respond to it, and I am really excited about this because I've told them, all of them, that this is a hard 3-minute response. Okay, so 3 minutes is up. There's a mute button on the mixer, and it off they go, and we will do that. We will hold them to the 3 minutes.
We piss people off without even trying, so this is going to be easily.
Which is fine. And when we get through the end of it, what we're going to do is we're going to have a nonprofit that will be there. And at this point, I think it's going to be We Care and Friends and Larry Griffin.
Oh, they're really good. Yeah.
And what we're doing, again, it's not going to cost you anything unless you want it to cost you something. We're just going to ask to be part of a community and to maybe donate. If it's $1, if it's $5, if it's $1,000.
Yeah, we got everyone there, so why not?
Yeah, I mean, and we'll have a bucket, and you can throw it in there. If you want to check, you can write it out to We Care and Friends. We're not taking it, and Larry will be there, so you know it's going to the right person. It's going right to the horse's mouth.
It's not my beer money, yeah.
And that's it's a good thing. It's giving back to the community, and that's something that we really do believe in here. The other thing we're going to do is have a sort of a straw poll on the tables. So at every seat, there's going to be like a golf pencil and a little stack of cards.
A ballot.
So at the end of the day, or at the end of the night, just circle the candidate that you're inclined to vote for if the election were that night, and drop it into a ballot box that we'll have at the door.
On your way out?
On the way out.
After making a donation to We Care and Friends, probably.
Yep. And, and that's about it. We hope to be out of there by just about 9 o'clock. And I will say that this is also Dinner Under the Stars. It's Wednesday, which is every Wednesday night.
So make a night of it, yeah.
Make a night of it. Go out onto West Street. They're going to be serving wine from Luna Blues out there. They've got wine, stand-in shows. Everybody's out in the street. Maybe do some tango. There will be some dancing and some live music out on the street. That's
around my 20th anniversary, so I think I'm going to make that night the special night because we're already there.
Yeah,
you're already down there,
and you can ignore your wife for 2 hours.
I can do it for longer than that.
I'm an expert.
Please, 2 hours is nothing.
But yeah, so that's the big news. We're really excited about this. It's the first mayoral forum where we've got all 4 candidates. They all committed very quickly. They said, "Yeah, I'm in," which made me very happy. And June 28th at the Ram's Head, it starts promptly at 7 o'clock, but the doors will open at 6. You can go in, get a bite to eat, get some of their special beers that they're going to have on special for us. Have a good time and learn a little bit about what's going to happen if either one of these guys is elected mayor.
Right. So sum up. So be sure to go onto the Ram's Head website, and you get there, get the tickets there. Remember, it'll say buy tickets, but they're free. You have a maximum of 4. Please, if you get the tickets, do show. Don't just get the tickets and not, because there's people who want to go. I think I got a bunch of panic calls today for people who wanted tickets. I'm like, I don't control tickets. They're going to the Ram's Head, but they're free.
Right, and it's ramsheadonstage.com.
In the meantime, of course, you can find us on Facebook. We have a page and we have a group. You can find us on Twitter at MD Crabs Podcast. John's at Annapolis. I'm at Tim Hamilton 47. You can send us an email at info at themarylandcrabs.com. Find us at themarylandcrabs.com. If you've not heard the episode that dropped yesterday, which was Nevin Young, give that a listen. And if you haven't heard the other candidates, go back and listen to them, because we have all 4 of the candidates on the record. We have 2 with Gavin, and just because he was an eager boy. So
we had 2 with Mike Panelides, too.
Oh, we had 2 with Mike Panelides, yeah, right. So, but go and listen to those, and we want to see you on June 28th.
Absolutely. And if you've got any questions, what we're going to be doing is you can submit a question the night of, and we're going to sort of bring them together and sort of collate them, if you will. So if you've got any questions, you can also email them to us, info at themarylandcrabs.com.
Yep. All right.
Okay, now you've got to get a beer, right?
I need several beers.
Good night.
Good night.
This has been the Maryland Crabs podcast with Tim Hamilton and John Fernay. Sure to follow them in all the regular places, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and online at themarylandcrabs.com. Take a moment to rate us on iTunes. Now, get the hell out of my kitchen. Seriously, go!
You're still here? It's over. Go home. Go.